I want you to understand something very simple, yet so profound that once it is grasped, it changes your life entirely. You are not going to become a millionaire. You already are. That which you assume yourself to be, you become not in the distant future, but in this very moment of consciousness. You do not attract what you want. You attract what you are conscious of being. So let us now assume the state of the millionaire, not as a future hope, but as a present reality. I say to you, I am a millionaire. Not because I am trying to deceive myself, but because I know the truth of imagination. Imagination is not fiction. Imagination is fact. It is the creative force that forms all things. Every building, every invention, every piece of wealth began first in the invisible realm of imagination. To say I am a millionaire is to assume the state that calls forth its own fulfillment. You may ask, but how can I say I am when I have not seen the bank statement? My friend, that very question reveals the misunderstanding. You believe seeing is believing, but I tell you believing is seeing. If you would dare to believe, to persist in the assumption that you are wealthy, the outer world must conform. The world is a mirror, reflecting back to us the contents of our consciousness. If you walk around believing yourself to be poor, to be lacking, to be waiting, then so shall you remain. But the moment you drop the illusion of delay, the moment you claim the wealth within your inner world, you will see its reflection appear in the outer. There is no power outside of the human imagination. It is within your wonderful human imagination that all wealth lies. You must learn to live in the end. To live in the end is to live from the state of the wish fulfilled. I do not daydream about being a millionaire. I walk, speak, and feel as one who already is. When I walk into a room, I do not walk in as one who hopes to be successful. I walk in with the quiet confidence of one who knows who he is. I am not hoping to be rich. I am rich. I am not chasing money. Money is drawn to me by the law of assumption. Now many people ask me, should I affirm it? Should I repeat it? And I say, yes, affirm it, if it helps you solidify the feeling. But know that it is the feeling that creates. Words alone are dead unless they awaken a corresponding emotion within you. So when you say, I am a millionaire, do not say it from a place of begging or pleading, but from a place of knowing. Say it like a man who has just checked his account and knows that the money is there. Say it like a woman who lives in her dream home, drives her dream car, and knows herself to be abundant. Imagination is the only redemptive power in the universe. Stop waiting for the outside world to give you permission to feel wealthy. No one outside of you can do it. No circumstance can cause it. You are the cause. You are the operant power. Whatever you dare to imagine as true and feel as real must eventually objectify itself in your life. And if you would persist, if you would daily return to this state of being, you would see miracles unfold before your eyes. Do not concern yourself with how it will happen. That is not your job. The how belongs to the depth of your own consciousness. It is your job to dwell in the feeling of the wish fulfilled. If you are now a millionaire, how would you feel? How would you wake up in the morning? How would you walk, speak, dress? What would be your inner conversation? Begin to speak from that place. Begin to think from that place. Begin to think from that place. Begin to act. Not to try to make it happen, but because you know it already has. Many sabotage their own manifestation by slipping into doubt. They begin with great enthusiasm, but after a few days they look around and say, but nothing has changed. My dear friend, your world will not change until you change your concept of yourself. If you still believe yourself to be struggling, if you still say, one day I will make it, then the universe has no choice but to echo back the same reality. But if you would dare this day to revise the record, to rewrite the inner conversation, to stand boldly and say, I am wealthy now, then everything will begin to rearrange itself in your favor. The subconscious mind accepts as true that which you feel to be true. It does not argue. It does not judge. It simply takes your inner conviction and builds your world accordingly. If you feel poor, it will mirror poverty. If you feel rich, it will mirror abundance. So I ask you, what do you feel? Not just what you say, but what you truly feel when no one is watching. The secret is to feel it real, to feel it so deeply that it becomes more natural to believe in your wealth than your lack. Close your eyes and imagine. See yourself opening that letter with 6 zeros. See your name next to the words account balance. Feel the weight of the pen as you sign your first check with confidence. Hear the voices of loved ones congratulating you. Smell the new leather of your luxury car. Taste the celebration. Touch the texture of your dream home. Feel it all. Imagination must be lived inwardly as though it were already fact. And then the outer world will bend to your assumption. There is no other way. You cannot fight the world into giving you money. You cannot hustle or grind your way to lasting success. If inwardly you still feel like a struggler, the inner man must change first. Assume the consciousness of one who already has everything, not in arrogance, but in quiet confidence, not in desperation, but in peace. The one who truly knows he is wealthy does not rush, does not panic, does not fear. He moves with grace because he knows the universe is his servant. So I say again, I am a millionaire, not because the world has confirmed it yet, but because I have. And when I confirm it in imagination, the world must eventually fall in line. It is law. When you imagine, you are planting seeds, but you must not dig up the seed to see if it's growing. You must persist in the assumption, even if the senses show you the opposite. Do not be disturbed. Remain faithful to the unseen reality, and it will become seen. Your assumption, though false, if persisted in, will harden into fact. That is the great secret. That is the mystery hidden in plain sight. The world is yourself pushed out. Whatever you assume to be true of yourself, others will confirm. So begin to think of yourself as the millionaire you are. Begin to see yourself as already possessing the fortune. And most importantly, feel it. Feel it now. Do not wait. People wait until circumstances change before they feel different. But the wise man knows that feeling different is what causes the change in circumstance. Let the weak say, I am strong. Let the poor say, I am rich. Let the broke say, I am a millionaire. It is not lying. It is creating. It is aligning your inner speech with the reality you desire to see. The world will call you delusional until it calls you genius. It will call you crazy until it calls you visionary. I remember when I first began assuming my wealth, nothing around me supported the claim. But I knew better than to trust appearances. I knew that imagination creates reality, and I remained faithful. Every night I lay in bed and saw my dreams as already fulfilled. I felt the satisfaction. I heard the congratulations. I walked in the assumption that it was done. And one day, without warning, the world changed. The money came. The doors opened. The opportunities appeared. But only because I first believed. So I ask you now, what are you waiting for? Are you waiting for the money before you feel rich? Then you will wait forever. The law is simple. Assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Dwell in it. Rest in it. Walk in it. The world will follow. You are the operant power. You are not at the mercy of fate, or economy, or others. You are the cause. Everything begins in your imagination. Everything. Begin this moment to imagine differently. Stop rehearsing the worst-case scenario. Stop speaking words of lack. Stop telling the old story. You are a millionaire, not in the making but in this very moment, by virtue of your assumption. Speak it now, feel it now, claim it now. Let every fiber of your being ring with the truth. I am a millionaire. Repeat it not like a chant, but like a revelation. I am a millionaire. I am prosperous. I am abundant. I am free. Let it sink into your subconscious. Let it burn away the old beliefs. Let it shatter the false identity of the struggler. You are no longer seeking wealth. You are expressing it. You are no longer searching. You are finding now. Let today be the last day you think of yourself as anything less than wealthy. Let today be the day you remember who you truly are. A creator, a powerful imaginer, a being of infinite potential. Do not limit yourself. There is no virtue in poverty. There is no glory in struggle. You were meant to thrive, and now you do. When you have assumed this fully, when you walk the world as one who knows the truth of his wealth, others will begin to reflect it back to you. You will find yourself in the right place, at the right time, with the right people. You will receive the ideas, the nudges, the opportunities, all aligned with your assumption. But you must be bold enough to claim it now. Say it with me, not as a question, not as a wish, but as a fact of being. I am a millionaire, and it is done. I do not say these words lightly. I say them with the full conviction of one who has seen this truth unfold again and again. You are never manifesting from effort. You are manifesting from assumption. What you assume yourself to be, that you become. It is not your job to worry, to doubt, or to wait for evidence. Your only job is to enter the state of the wish fulfilled, and remain there. This is what it means to live by faith, not by sight. Faith is loyalty to the unseen reality, and the unseen reality is just as real, even more real than what your physical eyes can detect. So when I tell you I am a millionaire, I am not trying to convince you. I am revealing a state of consciousness that I inhabit. It is a frequency I have tuned into, and now the entire world, like a radio receiver, echoes back the broadcast of that frequency. If I change the frequency, I change the broadcast. That is how powerful you are. You can tune into wealth, and the moment you do, your thoughts, your feelings, your opportunities, your experiences, all begin to harmonize with that frequency. This is not magic, and yet it is more magical than you could imagine. It is the law, eternal, unbreakable, divine. The law of assumption is the law that governs all creation. If you assume a thing and persist in that assumption, the thing must become your reality. The outside world is clay, and your inner state is the sculptor. Whatever image you hold within, the world must mold itself to match. And so when I say I am a millionaire, I am shaping the clay of my life, moment by moment. Do not wait for inspiration to strike before you assume the state you desire. Inspiration will come after you enter the state. When you become the millionaire in imagination, you'll find yourself thinking differently, speaking differently, moving differently. You will no longer make decisions from fear or lack, but from abundance and confidence. Ideas will flood your mind, ideas aligned with your new state of being. People will show up seemingly by accident, but they are only messengers of your new assumption. When I first applied this principle, I did not yet fully understand how it would happen. And that's the beauty of this law. You don't need to. You are not the architect of the bridge between the seen and the unseen. You are the dreamer. The bridge builds itself the moment you live in the end. One day you will look back and laugh at how naturally it all unfolded. You will not even remember trying. You will simply know that one day you decided to feel it real, and the rest took care of itself. You may be tempted to measure your progress with your 5 senses. Don't. That is the fastest way to kill a manifestation. The senses will lie to you. They are always a lagging reflection of your past assumptions. If you plant a seed today, you do not dig it up tomorrow, looking for signs of growth. You trust the process. You persist in the belief that the seed is alive, and you water it daily with faith. Your wealth is no different. Feed it with your inner conversations. Nurture it with your imagination. Celebrate it before it comes, and it must come. There is no power outside of you that decides your fate. Not luck, not circumstances, not the economy. Only you. You are the operant power. Once you claim this truth, nothing can shake you. Even if every external condition seems to contradict your assumption, you will remain undisturbed. Why? Because you know the secret. You know that the outer world bends to the inner world. You know that the moment you said, I am a millionaire, you began the process of becoming one in the world of form. Others may not understand you. They may tell you to be realistic. But what is realistic if not a reflection of imagination? Every man-made thing you see was first an idea. The wealthiest people in the world were not born with their wealth. They were born with the same power you have now, the power to imagine and feel a new state of being. So do not compare yourself to anyone. Do not envy those who have. They are simply reflections of what is possible when you assume boldly. Instead of envy, let their success be your mirror. Let their stories stir your imagination and awaken the millionaire within you. The real riches lie not in the money, but in the consciousness of abundance. When you truly feel wealthy, money will come, not as a means of survival, but as an expression of your state. It will flow through you, to you and around you. You will no longer chase wealth. You will attract it, effortlessly. Why? Because wealth is now who you are. And who you are, the world must reflect. Always, when you walk in the knowing that you are a millionaire, you no longer think about what you lack. You no longer ask, where is it? You no longer look at others with longing or self-pity. Instead, you radiate the still, powerful assurance of one who has claimed dominion over their own reality. That is the key. You must own it before the world shows it. You must embody it in imagination before it manifests in form. That's how this divine process unfolds. Not with effort, but with identity. Not by doing, but by being. This is why I do not beg, plead, or chase. I rest. I assume. I accept. I persist. And in that quiet persistence, everything changes. You do not need to force the doors to open. You simply need to be the one for whom the doors open naturally. You assume the role. You take the stage inwardly. You speak the lines as if the story were already written. And the audience, the world, responds accordingly. The stage is your life. The script is your inner dialogue. The performance is your assumption in motion. Let others debate, argue, and resist. Let them mock what they do not understand. But you, my friend, must stay loyal to your unseen reality. Do not argue with appearances. Do not wrestle with circumstances. You do not fight the old. You simply rise above it. A new state automatically nullifies the old one. And you do this by simply assuming the new. Let that sink in. You don't destroy poverty. You don't overcome limitation. You transcend it through assumption. I am a millionaire, not as a mantra of hope, but as the sound of certainty, as the voice of one who has returned to their true identity. This is the art of revision. You must revise your concept of self. You must let go of the old story. Every time you said, I can't afford it. Every time you felt lack. Every time you played the role of the one who never has enough. That version of you no longer exists. That character has exited the stage. A new version now stands in their place. And this new version does not need to hustle, to convince, or to beg. This new version is the embodiment of abundance. This new version is the one who already has. Feel the shift now. It is not distant. It is immediate. It is not dramatic. It is subtle. It happens in the silence of your mind, where you exchange the identity of lack for the identity of wealth. You no longer ask, how long will it take? That question belongs to the one who is still hoping. You are no longer hoping. You are knowing. You are no longer searching. You are found. And from this place of knowing, your world reshapes itself to reflect the new you. Do not mistake delay for denial. If it has not shown up in your world yet, it simply means the seed is still unfolding. Your job is to remain in the state. Let the evidence appear in its perfect timing. You are not on the clock of the world. You are on the timeline of imagination. What you feel inwardly now, you will live outwardly later. That is law. It cannot fail. So each morning wake up with the awareness. I am already wealthy. Walk as that person. Think as that person. Make decisions from that place. Feel the confidence. Feel the peace. There is no stress in wealth. There is no hurry. The millionaire is not pressed for time. The millionaire does not react to bills with fear. The millionaire is generous, not because they're trying to earn more, but because giving is the natural overflow of abundance. You right now can begin giving from that place. Not just money, but energy, attention, gratitude. Begin behaving like the one who has more than enough. You will find that the world in turn gives back to you in ways that defy logic, because it is not logic that governs this law. It is imagination. It is assumption. It is the unseen movement of consciousness. Let your new conversations reflect the millionaire identity. Stop talking about how hard things are. Stop repeating the language of struggle. Instead, speak life. Speak increase. Speak peace. When someone asks you how things are going, don't say, I'm getting by. Say, I'm flourishing. Even if you speak it softly to yourself at first, that word will begin to take root in your subconscious, and you will start to believe it. And once you believe it, you will see it. The outer world must always follow the inner script. Always. Now some will ask, but what about action? Don't I need to do something? Yes, but only inspired action. Action that flows from the state you've assumed. You do not act to become a millionaire. You act because you are one. There's a profound difference. The first is effortful, striving, desperate. The second is effortless, certain, divine. When you act from the end, every move is guided, purposeful, and blessed. You will find yourself in the right place at the right time, saying the right things, connecting with the right people, not because you tried to make it happen, but because you simply were being who you chose to be. Everything you need already exists. It is finished. The version of you that is a millionaire already walks this earth in the invisible realm, and your task is not to build it from scratch. It is to align with it. Like tuning into a frequency, you do not create the music. You just adjust your receiver until you hear what has always been there. The moment you assume it, the moment you say inwardly with conviction, I am, you've tuned in, and everything that follows, ideas, opportunities, resources, are echoes of that single shift in awareness. There is no outer condition that can overpower your inner state unless you permit it. That's the truth you must cherish and protect. If something appears contrary to your assumption, do not entertain it. Revise it instantly in your mind. See what you prefer to see. Hear what you choose to hear. Override the five senses with the sixth, your imagination. That is your divine tool. That is the faculty by which you rewrite your life story. Let me ask you now, what would you do today if you knew you were a millionaire? Would you walk differently? Speak with more assurance? Would you give thanks more often? Would you feel safer, freer, more joyful? Then do those things now, not later. Now, because you are. There is no future millionaire. You are it now, the moment you accept it. Time does not bring it to you. Acceptance brings it to you. This is the greatest illusion of all, that you must wait, that you must earn it, that you must be good enough. You are already good enough. You are already worthy. The only thing you ever needed to do was claim it. And you do that with your imagination, with your feeling, with your faith. The law is simple. It does not care about effort or struggle, or years spent trying. It responds only to what you assume to be true. So stop trying, and start being. Stop wishing, and start living. Let every moment of your day be infused with the silent awareness, I am a millionaire. Let that be your mental diet. Let that be your prayer. Let that be your identity. I ought to know how the money will come. You may not know what form it will take, but you do not need to know. Your only concern is the state of consciousness of wealth. Money is a shadow. It follows the light of assumption. When you walk in the light, the shadow appears effortlessly. Do not chase the shadow. Turn inward toward the source. As you go about your day, practice this feeling, not as a task, but as a delight. Savor the sensation of abundance. Imagine your accounts overflowing. See yourself giving freely, receiving joyfully, and living fully. Immerse yourself in the scene until it feels natural, because when it feels natural, it's yours. That is the secret Neville shared again and again. Make it natural. Make it normal. Make it a part of who you are. And when doubt arises, and it will, don't resist it. Simply observe it, and return to the truth. Doubt is just the echo of the old self trying to pull you back. Smile at it. Thank it for its concern, and walk on in faith. You are not the old self anymore. You have awakened to the truth. You know who you are. You are the creator of your reality. You are the operant power. You are the consciousness of wealth. Walk now in that knowing. Not tomorrow. Not someday. Now. Let your imagination carry you there again and again throughout your day. While you wash your hands, while you sit quietly, while you walk or rest, return to it. Feel the invisible wealth that surrounds you. Dwell in it. Live from it. Speak from it. That is how the world changes. Not with toil, but with transformation of the self. The world rearranges itself to mirror your inner conviction. While you might overhear conversations about poverty, about struggle, about impossibility, do not join them. Do not feed the old state by agreeing with it. You are no longer that person. You are the new man, the new woman, reborn in the state of financial freedom. You hear lack being spoken, bless it in silence, and return to your truth. I am a millionaire. You owe no one an explanation. Your job is not to convince others. Your job is to convince yourself. And when you are fully convinced, the world cannot help but join you in agreement. The law of assumption does not reward the deserving. It rewards the believing. The universe does not respond to effort. It responds to identity. So drop the story of not yet. Release the timeline. The moment you truly assume the state, that moment your world begins to conform. Everything else is delay caused by doubt. The delay is not in the world. It is in your mind. Remove the doubt, and the manifestation rushes to meet you. If you could only see how powerful your imagination truly is, you would never again speak a word of limitation. Every mental image, every inner word, is a seed. What are you planting today? What is growing in the garden of your mind? Be vigilant. Be deliberate. You are always imagining something. Make it beautiful. Make it rich. Make it worthy of who you truly are. Here's when the mind begins to drift back to old habits. Gently guide it. You are its master. You are not a victim of thought. You are the chooser. So choose again. Choose wealth. Choose abundance. Choose the feeling of having more than enough. The more you dwell there, the more natural it becomes. And when it becomes natural, it becomes inevitable. Say it even now. I am a millionaire. Not as a hope, but as a truth. Feel what that means. Feel the freedom, the joy, the calm. There is no rush. There is no pressure. You are not lacking time. You are living from eternity. And in this eternal now, you already are all that you desire to be. Let your imagination run wild, not with fantasy, but with faith. See yourself walking into rooms with confidence. See yourself blessing others with your wealth. See yourself giving anonymously, lovingly, effortlessly. See yourself free of fear. See yourself surrounded by beauty, by elegance, by richness, not just in money, but in experience, in spirit, in relationships. Let that vision be your dwelling place. Do not waver. The world may test you. Appearances may challenge you. But hold firm. The storm always comes before the sun breaks through. And when you hold your assumption through that storm, you become unshakable. You become rooted in the truth of your being. You are not hoping to become. You are remembering who you already are. And so I leave you with this truth, not as theory, but as living revelation. You are the operant power. You are not waiting on life. Life is waiting on you. The moment you assume the state of wealth, the moment you declare with unwavering faith, I am a millionaire, the universe bends, molds, and reshapes itself to mirror your conviction. The riches of the world are not out there. They are within you, waiting to be claimed. You are not here to strive for abundance. You are here to become the embodiment of it. Let no appearance, no delay, no shadow of doubt steal the seed of this truth from you. Persist in the assumption, dwell in the feeling, return again and again to the inner world where your wealth already exists. And soon, sooner than you think, the world will rise up to meet the version of you that you've chosen to become. I am a millionaire. Speak it, feel it, live it, and watch, in wonder, as reality reshapes itself in your image. This is the great secret. This is the law. And this, dear friend, is your destiny.